Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Believe it or not, what an incredible start to the season that we've had, especially in the Premier League. In the Europa League as well, I guess. One game, one win. We haven't played our second game yet, but we will be playing it very, very soon. Very good start to the season. None of us would have thought it should be such a good start. Like in the opening 10 games, I would have expected maybe 6 wins. We have already picked up those 6 wins in the first 7 games. So by the time we get to the 10th fixture, we might easily have 7 or 8 wins out of 10, which would be an incredible start. So can we keep this going? Can we keep this good run going? To do that, though, we have to get some good results, at least in our next 5 fixtures. So in this one, we will be taking a look at Arsenal's next 5 Premier League fixtures. We'll also be talking about the Europa League fixtures in between, obviously, because hey, it definitely has a say in how we do in the Premier League as well, especially in terms of players, injuries, and all that. So which is the first team that we're facing right after the international break? None other than Tottenham Hotspurs. Yep, the North London derby. Now, I'm usually very confident at home against Tottenham. So should you be? They've never ever beaten us at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League. I think they only beat us once in the Carabao Cup or something, Carling back in the 2014 or something like that. But in the Premier League, we always have a good run against them. Like literally every time they even take a 2-goal lead at the Emirates, they always find a way to come back and win 3-2, 5-2. We have a great record at home. Away from home against them, we usually have trouble. I think we've not won there like since 2015. They even changed the stadium and we've struggled at the new stadium. So we just don't do well at their place. But at home, I'm very confident. Now, this is a very big game because we are top and they are third as well. Like if they beat us, they could easily go top, especially considering Man City are playing against Man United that weekend. If let's say they draw something and Tottenham beat Arsenal, they go top of the table. So we cannot afford to let that one happen. So let me know, which result do you think we'll pick up in this one? Do you expect a win? Will you be okay with the draw, or are you expecting them to beat us? So as well, let me know in the comment section, how many points will we get from these 5 fixtures. Next up in the Premier League, we'll have a very tough one. Liverpool at home, a game that let's be honest, we've not enjoyed the last few years, where it's been the Carabao Cup, in the Premier League, not at all. Especially at Anfield, usually get trashed by 4 or 5. And even at the Emirates recently, they've picked up a couple of good results against them. Usually it's a draw. We rarely beat them. Remember, like 2020 during COVID season, we did beat them, but they said it's because they had already won the title, blah blah. But we never have good results against them. So is this a season we finally beat Liverpool? Is this the season we finally have a good result against them at home? Back-to-back home games against top teams, Tottenham and then Liverpool. It could have been worse. It could have been going away back-to-back. I usually don't like facing these teams in a row, like play one on Saturday and then playing the other on the next Saturday. No, but as long as we are playing both of them at home, I'll definitely be happy with that. So Liverpool will be next. Not an easy game. They haven't been at the top of their game this season, but recently, Matip has returned, Thiago's returned for them, Nunes is back from the red card, Firmino is scoring goals, so you would expect the likes of Salah to pick up more goals, to score more goals. So for sure, it's going to be a tough game. Let me know what you expect to happen in that one. And then after that, we face Leeds, a game that we should really win. Like, that's the best game to probably get after facing Tottenham and Liverpool. I'm not going to complain about that one at all. Last season, we went there. We really enjoyed ourselves. We scored 4 goals there. Smith Rowe came on as a sub, scored the first few minutes. Martinelli got a double as well. We really enjoyed ourselves. But then last season, they were struggling. This season, with the new manager and new players, the likes of Rafinha, Phillips all went, and they brought in new players who are doing okay for them. I guess they still have a couple of injuries by like Rodrigo, but I think by then he will be fit. Bamford, I don't know if he's going to be fit or anything like that. But at home, they've picked up a couple of good results. They even beat Chelsea by 3-0 there. So it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say like Arsenal 4 or 5 in that game, but I would expect a win. If you're going to draw points, it can be against Tottenham or Liverpool, but definitely not Leeds. We should be, if you drop points against Liverpool, you should be bouncing back against Leeds United. And then after Leeds, we were supposed to face Manchester City, but that has now been postponed because we will be playing a Europa League fixture there. Instead, we will be playing against Southampton as the 4th next Premier League fixture. Again, Southampton this season, they haven't been great. They got thumped by Tottenham by 4 goals or something. Also, they lost at home to Man United, but they'll beat Chelsea at home. So you never know what to expect from Southampton. they could turn up and trash you. Like, we've had a couple of bad results at St. Mary's. There's a time they beat us 4-0, like during a Christmas period. There's a time they came back and beat us by 3 goals too. So it's never easy for us going there. But the last couple of seasons, I think we've done okay. There's a time we went there with Saka and Pepe, did well. So in this one, really, I would expect a win. And this season, we are doing very, very well in the Premier League away from home. Brentford, Crystal Palace, all those teams, not easy to face them away from home, and we did very, very well against both teams. Against Bournemouth as well, we dominated the game from the first minute, and against Man United, I actually thought we played well, but obviously they did beat us, so let's forget about that one. But we will be facing Southampton then. Then the last fixture, all these fixtures are in October, by the way, and then after that we will have Nottingham Forest as the last fixture of October at home. I mean, come on, Nottingham Forest, they went to City, conceded 6. They lost to Tottenham at home as well. That is a game that I would definitely expect 3 points and a comfortable win. They're not looking good. There's even a chance by the time we face Nottingham Forest, their manager will be gone. There's actually a chance that their manager will be long gone by the time we face them. They've dropped points against Fulham and Bournemouth, or they've actually thrown leads. There were 2 goals ahead, and Fulham came back from behind, and Bournemouth came back from behind after halftime. So not good results for them. If they go ahead and lose like their next game against Leicester, I would expect the Nottingham Forest manager to go, unless they have other ideas. So those are the next 5 Premier League fixtures: Tottenham, Liverpool, Leeds, Southampton, and Nottingham Forest. Let me know how many points do you expect us to pick from those games. But first, let's take a look at the Europa League games that we have in between, because in between all these games, we have Europa League fixtures. So there's no minute we are going to be resting. So between Tottenham and Liverpool, we are going to be playing Bodo and Glimt, the teams that you're supposed to play second in the group. We are supposed to play them third in the group, but since the PSV game was postponed, we are going to play Bodo and Glimt as the second fixture for us. They're in the Norwegian League. I do follow the Norwegian League. They're not doing so well this season. They're 4th on the table right now. They're usually first or second with Molde. They've had a couple of injuries recently, but at home, that is a game I expect us to win. Away from home, they're usually very good at their place, but at our place, I would expect us to win there. So that will be the fixture in between Tottenham and Liverpool. You would expect a lot of rotation again. Obviously, the likes of Nketiah starting, the likes of Marquinhos starting, and players like Jesus resting. And then after Liverpool, in between Liverpool and the Leeds game, we will have another game against Bodo and Glimt. So literally have 2 games against them in just a couple of weeks, in between Tottenham and Liverpool, and in between Liverpool and Leeds. This time we'll go to their place. That will be tougher. I remember there's a time they thumped Roma by 6 goals last season at that place. They're not easy away from home at all. They're not easy. If we win that game, and then you win one of the PSV games, you've already gone through by the 4th fixture. So I guess we need to win it. But like, for example, they've actually won their first. They drew with PSV in the first game, and they won their second game. So they are currently top of the group in the Europa League. So if you're going to finish top, we have to start beating teams like PSV and Bodo and Glimt, especially at least in the home game. Away from home, I guess even a draw, if you rest too many players, rotate too much, put some youngsters and draw, and still top of the group, I wouldn't really mind it. But our class and our levels have gone a bit up, so our expectations have gone up, so I would expect us to beat them in that match. So that is between Liverpool and Leeds. And then between Leeds and Southampton, we were supposed to play against Manchester City, but that has been cancelled. We will now play against PSV at home in between Leeds and Southampton. So we'll go to Leeds and then have a Europa League fixture at home, and then go to Southampton. I guess that's not bad at all. I guess we can play at the likes of a few first team players against PSV at home. And PSV is a very good team, so we need to win that game, especially at home. So that will be the fixture in between Leeds and Southampton. And then after that, between Southampton and Nottingham Forest, we will be playing against PSV away from home. So usually you play against one team, then the second team, then the third team. You play against the third team the same as the 4th game as well. So the 3rd game, 4th game is the same team, and then the 5th game is usually the second team, that the first team that you play with, and then the second team that you play with is the 6th team that you play with. That's how it's usually rotated. But since one of the game was postponed, so I like the arrangement. Basically, we'll play against Bodo and Glimt twice in a row, and then PSV twice in a row, and then finish off with Zurich. So in between Southampton and Nottingham Forest, we will go to PSV. It will be tougher than the one at home. And then after Nottingham Forest, we will play against Zurich at home. So very, very tough schedule. We have to keep our players fit. We need all our players here. We need Nketiah, we need Xhaka, we need Holding. Who knows? We may even need a 15-year-old Nwaneri. We need everyone. Turner, Ramsdale, Cedric to be fit. We need Smith Rowe to recover. We need El Neni to recover as soon as possible. Hopefully, Odegaard recovers after the international break. So those are our next 5 fixtures. Let me know how many points you expect in the 5 Premier League games, and would you take a couple of draws in the Europa League as long as we go through? Or do you want us to win every single game? How high are your expectations?